And then with Jordan Hicks, this bum, he in 14 games, his first game was on June 30th. In 14 games, he's thrown 13 innings, has a 6.23 ERA, 11 Ks, 8 walks, 3 hit batters, and 4 wild pitches. I included the hit batters and wild pitches for him and not the other two because, yes, even though May has 2 hit batters, he has 0 wild pitches, and Steven Matz has none of those. Hasn't hit a batter, has 0 wild pitches. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because in the Globe yesterday, an article came out. Red Sox reliever Jordan Hicks believes taking control of his pitch selection can turn his season around. This is written by Tim Healy. And, of course, he states out the facts that I just read to you, that in 6 weeks, Hicks has struggled with a 6.23 ERA, a 1.69 walks and hits per innings pitched in 14 appearances, and he has as many walks and hit batters as he does strikeouts. 11. You combine the hit batters, you combine the walks, it equals the same amount of strikeouts. So after the game on Tuesday, giving up that 2-run shot to Ramon Urias, Hicks thought it was a great idea to speak to the public and speak to the media and say, quote, if I'm going to be giving up these kind of runs out of the bullpen, I should really be throwing the pitch I want to throw. End quote. So you're telling me, one, you're not throwing the pitches you want to throw, so that's why you're throwing up effing meatballs to these guys? That's why you have a 6.23 ERA? Because, I don't want to throw it. It's not my fault. Huh. Okay, let's see what else he had to say. Goes on further saying, quote, you have to throw what feels good in the situation. If you have any second thoughts, you're not going to throw your best pitch. Here's an idea. Don't think. Listen. The fact that he's thinking is clearly the reason why he's in trouble. Don't think, just throw. Listen to what your catcher is telling you to throw. And then, of course, he loves his fastball. That's the whole point of this. He's been throwing a lot of sweepers, sliders, but he loves his fastball and his sinker. Meanwhile, against his sinker, opponents are slugging for about 260. So, slugging percentage-wise, not great, but he also can't control his stuff. That's the reason why the Red Sox wanted to get him, is because he can throw 100-plus miles an hour. But yet, he's Wild Thing. He has no idea where the ball is going once it's gone from his hand. The fact that he's got 4 wild pitches, 3 hit batters, and what did I say? 14 innings, or 14 games, 13 innings. To have 7 of your pitches hit a guy or be deemed wild in 13 innings of work is insanity. Insanity. That's a guy who shouldn't be in the big leagues. But he is, because the freaking nerds are like, see, he could throw 100 miles an hour. No one can hit that. No! Thank you, Ogre. So he talks about the fact that, he instead threw the breaking ball the catcher called and cited that he doesn't trust anytime the catcher says, sorry. He lamented that in several key spots recently, he didn't trust his gut. He instead threw the breaking ball the catcher called for. Last time I checked, you're still throwing the friggin' ball. You can decide what you're doing with it. And then, of course, saying that his one strikeout against Dubon on Monday, which was on a 99-mile-an-hour sinker that the batter whiffed on, was the example as to why he needs to be more insistent about what he throws. See, when you're trying to override your catcher, like Garrett Crochet might, Garrett Crochet has earned the reputation. Right now, you have no idea where the hell that ball is going. So what makes you think that you can correct your catcher who is doing the homework, who is studying the game? You're telling me Carlos Narvaez doesn't go home to the hotel and studies the hitters or goes into a series without studying the hitters, their tendencies, what they like, what they don't like? That's the point. That's the catcher's job. Along with the coaching staff, that's the catcher's job, is to understand who's up to plate, where his hot spots are, where his cold spots are, and what the guy hits well and what he doesn't hit well. It's absolutely wild. I mean, Jordan says, quote, "I need to take some ownership, throw the pitch I know is right, and have that conviction." He goes, "It all comes down to taking some ownership, throwing what I know is best in that situation, and trusting myself," end quote. Me. I'm telling you, this generation is super selfish. Super selfish. Just not relying on your catcher. It's all about me, and me. Me, myself, and I. That's what Jordan Hicks thinks. This article, it just boggles my mind because, again, you know, he's got a 6.23 ERA. He's blaming this on the pitching staff and the catcher for choosing the wrong pitch. Like I said, last time I checked, Jordan, you're the one throwing the ball. You have the determination as to whether or not you're going to try or your feelings get hurt. I don't want to throw the breaking ball. Daddy. No. You get told you're going to throw the breaking ball because the guy's not good at it. And so you throw it. You try to get it over the plate for a strike and strike his ass out. Like, what's so hard about that? You're the one doing that. You're the one pitching. You're the one who, according to you, needs to take more accountability. So here's an idea, Jordan. Take accountability for the pitches that you throw. I mean, I don't care that you didn't want to throw it. That's not the point. The point is you suck right now. Whether you give up multiple home runs, whether you blow games for us off your breaking stuff, it's not like you're painting the effing black with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos Narvaez or Connor Wong have a different catching stance knowing when you're throwing a fastball. And that goes out to all the other 29 major league teams. Check the catcher stance when check it when they're throwing a fastball there, when Jordan Hicks is throwing his fastball. Because they can't, they're not going to be able to get to the ball fast enough if they have, like Carlos Narvaez does, and has his one leg down. If he's got his one leg sprawled out and the ball is over his head, he's not going to be able to get to it fast enough. I mean, the audacity of this kid who's only been in a Red Sox uniform since June, off a deal that all of Red Sox Nation hates, or hated, I should say, with the exception, of course, the extreme few who, for some God unknown reason, think that, oh, Craig Breslow can do no wrong. And so the funny part is his last 2 years, even out in San Francisco, he had a 6.42 ERA with the Giants before being traded to the Sox and had a 4.10 ERA in 2024 in 29 games. In 27 games this year for the Giants, he had a 6.42 ERA. So you just sit there and you think to yourself, what are you doing? Or, excuse me, 13 games for the Giants. He had a 6.47 ERA. I'm sorry, the first 6.42 was the combined Giants and Red Sox. He had a 6.47 ERA. So actually, ironically, he has a better ERA with the Red Sox than he did with the Giants. 6.47 to 6.23. I mean, if you can't read this and not have your blood boil, you're either, a Jordan Hicks apologist, or you don't care, because that is just absolutely wild that this man had the gall to go out and say, after giving up a 2-run shot the night prior, which happened to be the game-winning run, it's not my fault. The catcher is calling all these breaking balls, and I don't like my breaking ball. Wham. I hope the next time he pitches at Fenway, the whole place erupts in boos, because that is unbelievable to me.